I was almost 17, thinking Trig was all dope, screaming tangent guaranteed it's the best, but nope, calculus is a dream, Trig was nothing but a joke. Coach said he'd never seen like I was speaking Espanol, but he wasn't genuine, get I lost control, now I think I'm for a scheme, so I was planning to unfold, flashbacks to that pain, waking up cold sweat, 6 o'clock in the morning, the work makes no sense, get my grades up in the class, keep the A's in my grasp, now that I'll pass, cause the derivative contrast, every day I used to pray to tangent, man I was a slave, now the calculus I praise, not that stupid wave. Power rule is the way, and next to the n-1 in my mind on display. I got told by someone, eyes welling up with tears, thinking about my higgy in the dirt, immortalized on the shirt. Derivative, don't lie, tangent on the plot. There, 759, loving first block. Derivative, don't lie, tangent on the plot. There, 759, loving first block. Derivative, don't lie, tangent on the plot. There, 759, loving first block. Derivative, don't lie. Have you ever seen a king cook math on a spoon? Have you ever seen whether we ask what's at noon? Have you ever seen Cornetta never ask why? Have you ever seen an enigma make a grown man cry? Nope, all I see is a dream, another dream team led by king bees, black beans gives us all wings, and the math team making the win all to queen. I'm the type of student make the whole function craftly. Henry always found a need to cheat on everything. If they want a princess, they gonna have to send a SWAT team. I'm going out like Rock Pack in their last in the legend. What that mean? Derivative, don't lie. Tangent on the plot, there at 759. Loving first block, derivative, don't lie. Tangent on the plot, there at 759. Loving first block, derivative, don't lie. Tangent on the plot, there at 759. Loving first block, derivative, don't lie. It don't lie. Calc world. Let me take y'all back, man, as I do so well. Wasn't nothing like that, man. It wasn't nothing like that first time. It was my math class, first block, honors calc with the King James. Sat up front, used to vlog, now I take notes, cause we just started chapter 3 and we made jokes. Started off so innocent, I had to derive and I really started digging it. I was a mathlete all confused, trying to act like I knew, but I really had no clue what to do. Cause when I see that trig on it, and those logs on it, and the limits on it, catch me daydreaming, man, what? I'm thinking maybe derive on it, use general on it, rule 16 on it, make it hard for me to stay awake. As time goes by, my knowledge getting greater, I'm dreaming thinking that I'm solving, but I'm sleeping. I want it bad, and I ain't ever been obsessed before. He's called me up and said, you ever solved this before? No. And I ain't never solved this before, no. And I ain't never solved this before, no. And I ain't never solved this before, no. I ain't never solved this before, no. And I ain't never solved this before, no. I ain't never solved this before, no. I ain't never solved this before, no. And I ain't never solved this before, no. I said, of course I solved this before. No one I was frontin'. I said I'm like a pro Beasley, no one I was stuntin'. But if I told the truth, I knew that I'd get played out soon. Hadn't been awake since the second I had sat down, but he don't know that, so he don't roll back and told me, oh, you a pro VP? Well, I want you to show me. We got time for public speaking, so VP blogs, buddy, you should get to solving. So my heart start racing and my body starts sweating. Beasley, you don't woke my little brain up. I'm thinking how that problem looks solved when writing on the board. Teacher, please don't make me stand up. I said back like, yeah, Beasley, sound like a plan. Still trying to play it cool, sound like the man. But I was scared to death, all honest, my stomach turned. Talking big, knowing real well I was gonna mess up. Nope. And I ain't never did this before, no. 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 I ain't never did this before, no. And I ain't never did this before, no. And I ain't never did this before, no. You know that feeling when you know you finna solve for the first time, hoping that they won't notice it's my first time, hoping that that function's right one to solve with. Most of all, I'm praying God don't let me mess up. I've watched YouTube trying to see just how to solve right. Practice using chain rules, then how it go right. I'm sitting up front now, got my palms sweating, with a classroom full of my peers and I am stressing. so my legs get shaky and my face start blushing, and the BP starts standing up front, and then I get my jacket unzipped and they all start staring at me. Oh man, this sucks. It's time for action. Pull out the marker real smooth, yeah, just how I practice. But right before I start solving, he punched and grabbed it and said, I wanna get something off my mental. I can tell you're a pro, but VP go slowly, cuz Waldo never solved this before now. He can't finish the section in time now. He can't solve without all his notes now. He can't remember to round now. He didn't know crying who me, no. I ain't never solved this before now. And he ain't never solved this before now. And he ain't never solved this before now.
Y'all trying to hear how much I love derivatives, huh? Well, listen to this song I wrote. How much you love it, Jack? Well, listen, little voice, and I'll tell you. I'm on top of the pyramid, like 1 over X, I am unlimited. I ain't trying to be competitive, but more than anyone else, I love derivatives. To society, they are so contributive. Derivatives are so flippin' interested. My love for them is so crippling, I'ma just marry them. Pass me the wedding ring. You may have thought I was gone, but I'm back now. Young Jackie, on the track now. I be deriving the equations till I pass out. If you can't derive, then get up at my math house. Went from Trig to calculus, and that's an upgrade. I derive stuff from Monday to Sunday. When I derive, it's just like Christmas Day. Pause. I'ma blow at Beasley with my word grenade. Beasley's so short compared to me, he's south. Beasley kinda looks like a rainbow trout. Fight me, bees, you would get knocked out. Drop a nuke on bees, now he lives in Fallout. I be cooking people like I work at Cookout. I be soaring now just like an Eagle Scout. Against the Quackback we 2-0, and that's a shutout. Where's the Quackback now? They split up and checked out. Kevin Maravilla, I'm gonna roast on him. He always looks like he is in a sauna. And that haircut makes him look like a llama. Nobody cares about Kevin, he should move to Nevada. Post Malone, guess what? You're not a rock star. You look like a really pale avatar. Back to derivatives, let me spit some bars. Let me take off, now like I'm in a fast car. Deriving is addictive, even more than a cigar. When I use the chain rule, I feel so hard. I feel so hard like I'm the best at guitar. And I feel so hard like I'm driving a Jaguar. I hope you understand what I'm saying, yo. Derivatives are just my whole life, bro. Jack, when did you last have a tomato? About a week ago. When I'm deriving, I be tweaking, yo. When I'm deriving the equations, my face glows just like when I go get my free burrito, just like when I hear welcome to Moe's. Man, that's my rap, and I just killed it. Just kidding, it wasn't that very lit. Just kidding again, it was pretty lit. Just kidding, it wasn't that good, I admit.